Market in play.
They're off and racing. Cruiserway drops off at the back end of the field. Last of all, early on here, 2.5 miles, the distance for this race. Earls Hill gets a good start. So too does Windy Writer towards the stand side as they approach flight number 1, Midnight Bliss, just in behind them as they take off at the first. 4th place for Royal Village, who's quite keen. Then comes River Arrow, who's ahead of Kona River, and switched right off at the back of the field is Cruiserway, with a couple of circuits to go and 8 flights of hurdles left to take. With the advantage then, Windy Writer takes over now from in 2nd place, Midnight Bliss. Happy just to ease back into 3rd place is Earls Hill. Earls Hill followed by Royal Village, and then River Arrow to the outside, Kona River next, and Cruiserway is at the back end of the field. On they go then, to the back straight. 2 flights of hurdles await them there, and they're both sighted reasonably close together here towards the middle of the home straight, the back straight I should say. Windy Writer with the advantage. On the outside of him is Midnight Bliss. Right up the inside races Earls Hill, the pale blue and red jacket. And then behind those, Royal Village getting some cover. River Arrow is quite keen towards the wide outside. And then those 2 at the back are Kona River, still just ahead of Cruiserway. Quickly on then towards the 3rd. And Windy Writer still with the advantage. Windy Writer, Earls Hill to the inside. Midnight Bliss followed still by
matched.
Royal Village. And then River Arrow. A small break over
Fully
to
matched.
Kona River and Cruiserway still in last place. Making their way then back towards the home straight in these very early stages of the Grand National 2017.com National Hunt Novices Hurdle
40%.
Windy Writer still with the advantage, leading up from Midnight Bliss in 2nd place under Richard Patrick, who won our previous race on Riddlestown. Very cool there. On the inside, Earls Hill nips through on the inner and goes 2nd by virtue of going the shortest way. River Arrow to the outside of Royal Village. Kona River next, and Cruiserway still to the back of the field. Next flight ahead of them now, flight number 4. All over that one safely as well. Windy Writer was virtually joined by Earls Hill to the far side as we look down the track. Earls Hill. Keen still in 3rd. Royal Village has just moved ahead of Midnight Bliss. And then comes Kona River and River Arrow out wide. Here's the next flight. And the back marker is Cruiserway. Away from that flight of hurdles then. That was the 5th. They now have a circuit left to go and 4 more flights of hurdles left to take. A long run to the 4th last, which is
60%
away, very nearly half a mile away. The leader here, Windy Writer. Windy Writer leads up from Earls Hill in 2nd place. Midnight Bliss 3rd. River Arrow to the outside of Royal Village in 4th and 5th place. Ahead then of Kona River, and Cruiserway at the back end of the field, still last of all. On they head then. Down into the back straight they now turn. So up front, Windy Writer. Windy Writer,
70%.
Bliss. Then comes Earls Hill. They're
Fully matched.
Royal Village. And
Fully
Arrow
matched.
still there towards the outside. Kona River next, and Cruiserway is still last as they head then to the 4th last. They're arriving at it now. Windy Writer led still. Not a particularly clever jump there from Royal Village. Got him very close. And now towards the 3rd last, and then this long run for home. Windy Writer, awkward there, and a mistake from Earls Hill,
Fully
who was
matched.
down on his nose, but still holds 2nd place. Didn't lose
Fully
anything
matched.
positionally. Be interesting to see if that has an impact in terms of what's left now for the challenge ahead. Here's River Arrow arriving on the scene.
Fully matched.
Pretty well. So up front, it's Windy Writer from River
Fully
Arrow.
matched.
Followed then by Earls Hill, who now has to recover after that mistake, and Royal Village next. Behind him in 5th is Cruiserway, who's gone past Kona River, who is now being ridden along quite markedly. And then Midnight Bliss, who's tailed off very quickly indeed. Heading then for the final 2 flights of hurdles. About to straighten up, Windy Writer with River Arrow to the wide outside. That's Royal Village. And trying to come for a run between runners now is Cruise Away as they take the second last, and it's all changed. Royal Village and Cruise Away now are the two who go to the front here. Ahead
Fully
of,
matched.
in third place, River Arrow, who's still boxing on well enough. Cruise Away with the advantage as they come down towards the last, but still
100%.
Royal Village and River Arrow towards the outside. And now River Arrow lands in front. Cruise Away's folded very tamely, and River Arrow and James Davis now coming nicely clear in the closing stages to win well for Tom Simmons' yard. River Arrow quickened away from the last brightly to beat Royal Village and Cruise
Market
Away.
suspended.
They were well clear from Earl's Hill.